NPP, I have told you that I'm a student of NPP internal crisis.
A student of
NPP internal crisis.
What does that mean?
It means that I take my time to study the NPP, and when I see crisis, now I can even see it. I can smell crisis even before it happens in the NPP. That has been the level that I've gotten to. So yesterday, they signed a peace pact, and I have tried to find out, read about peace pact and find examples, so it to guide my thoughts and whatever I say this morning. So this is what I found. When we say peace pact, what is it? Peace pact is an agreement between parties to end conflict. An agreement between two parties or parties to end conflict, promote harmony, and resolve disputes peacefully. We can get examples. In 1992, Abidjan Peace Pact, Peace Accord, Ivory Coast, they were having issues and they had to come to the table. So before you call for a peace pact, there must be disputes. There must be conflict. So whenever I sit on your platform and I say the NPP has collapsed, I know what I'm talking about. They will come. Just like when you enter into a cemetery, there are tombs. Some well polished. Some even have glasses on it and well decorated. But underneath that fine stature or statue or tomb is carcass.
My definition also says that.
Yes, give me your definition.
It is an official agreement or promise between between parties to maintain peace, prevent conflict, or resolve dispute through dialogue rather than violence.
Absolutely.
There is already violence or
absolutely conflict. So to prevent it, in most cases to prevent conflict. So with that, which means there's that tendency of having a conflict.
So,
and my definition is also true. You also sign when there's conflict. So I will stick with mine. There's conflict in the NPP. There's conflict. I wouldn't say there will be conflict. There's a saying in Akan that Oko na nipa mienu ukua. Mem bisa omo say den esi bisa omo say na no there asem no. I don't know if my tree is correct. Yeah. But when you go and you see you meet people fighting, don't presume that it just happened there. It has some precedent that has led to that action at that very moment. So I've made some notes here. In the NPP, there are serious conflicts. There's no peace in the NPP. And this, for me, is for the optics, for people to see. But you see, some of us, I took my time to watch, and I saw beyond what people saw on the screens.
What did you see?
One, for the optics, it wasn't for nothing that they brought the media to carry it live for the world to see. One, for the followers of the candidate to see. Two,
because not all
for the world.
Were present.
Good for the world. Good. So this first point, the optics, what did I see? I saw from their postures, even among the delegates there, some of the national executives, I was reading their body language, their facial expressions, and their gestures. And you realize that even when they entered, and some of the candidates were greeting some jumped some.
Really?
Kennedy Akompre could they not greet Chairman Buti, who is the acting national chairman now. They are all from Central Region.
Maybe
that's where I'm from.
Not closer.
No. You see, Chairman Buti and Nanado were on the same line. The videos are there. You can watch. Kennedy came in straight to Nanado, and they had that laughter and exchange. And then Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, after they were called to sit down, I would have wished that, in as much as they seated according to their numbers on the ballot, that is Kennedy first, that is how come he was watching from the TV at the left, and then Brian number 2 came after him. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was in the middle, then Duchum very close, number 4, and then
Kwabena according to the ballot.
Yes, numbers. Which for me, if you come with that debate, I understand. That is it. But you see, the whole issue and the essence of this peace pact is because of the Bawumia Kennedy camp. I'm telling you, mostly it's because of Kennedy. Go, my brother is here. Let him give me examples of the NPP going into a flag bearership contest that they've had peace pact. He should do a research. This is the first. And it's because of the Kennedy factor.
You mean Kennedy is a troublemaker?
He is trouble. Kennedy is trouble. He's the definition of trouble.
Why do you say so?
They had some in 2023.
That's right.
All the tension and the heat. Who was it coming from? Showdown.
He felt there were certain things that didn't go on well.
Good. That is Kennedy. So Kennedy, for me, is the definition of trouble in the NPP. In the past, they used him to create trouble with the NDC. All the bad boys, he was in charge. Pushing money. Yes, yes. If Kennedy is seated here, I will tell him and he will admit. He was used for all the dirty work, bad works. That was his modus operandi. And that is him. He can never change. So the NPP will elect Kennedy as their flag bearer at their own discretion. Now, the positions have already stated that I would have wished that they didn't go by that on the ballot, but ensure that Kennedy and Bawumia seated together and the rest around them. And let's see. I could see Bawumia never looked at the direction of Kennedy. And at a point, Bawumia's face was not a cheerful one. So, Aduchum was interacting with Bawumia, so was Kwabena. And they held their hands. I saw Bawumia holding the hand of Aduchum most of the time, and they would giggle, and Bawumia never looked at Brian, and Brian at a point whispered something into the ears of Bawumia, but quickly Bawumia moved his eyes off. Then
he has a problem with Brian too.
Not really, but Brian is also attacking Bawumia on his campaign, and it makes sense. Bawumia is the recent flag bearer. People think it makes sense to maintain him. So anybody that is going into this contest, you must go and unseat the one who had been there. So it makes sense. Now, the perceptions about the documents that were signed.
Yes.
Some are saying the documents, copies were given to the candidates ahead of time.
Yeah.
So
Abuaji said
good. So they had read through it
before the day.
Good. They had read through it. If there were changes, I'm sure they've asked that it will be made. If there was something that they didn't understand, they've asked for clarification and all that. So at that point, it's only fair that because you know what you are signing. Some are also saying they saw it for the first time, and that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia from the Kennedy camp is not the type that should lead and even think of becoming a president, because he did not even read through the documents that were given to me. He only signed. And this morning I had, imagine if there's a big contract or issue that you send to Bawumia as the president, he will not read, he will just sign. But they think that Kennedy and what he did yesterday meant that he's diligent when it comes to details and documentation and all that. For me, what Kennedy did, if it is true that they were given copies ahead and it wasn't yesterday that he saw it for the first time, then what Kennedy did points to the fact that he's trouble. He's a troublemaker. For me, seated
But
here, I've said Kennedy is
the
trouble.
revelation that was given to them far ahead of time is not coming from the party. It's an allegation by Meraka Boadi. And so the party officially states that. I think would think that, okay, it is just an allegation.
Yes, so the party will have to come out, because what we saw from the side of Kennedy Akompreku, for me, wasn't proper. And it doesn't show a person who really means well for the NPP. I will state it. I've gotten calls over these days from the camp of Kennedy. My problem with Kennedy is that I'm a Christian. I believe in the Bible, and I know that everything written in the Bible is true. That is me, time tested, and that nobody has the right to rise against the church. And anybody that attempts, God will deal with that person. Because even when
he wasn't attacking the church,
what was he doing?
Against certain individuals.
Against certain who gave him that right?
In the name of God.
Him. Is he clean? I've always asked. Is he clean? Who gave him that right? Even Jesus, when the apostles went to Jesus and said, when we went out, we heard people mentioning your name, casting demons. Jesus said, those who are not against us are with us. There's a parable of the sower that the following day the worker said, when we went into the farm, we saw that we planted good seeds, but bad weeds have also sprouted. Jesus told them, let them all grow. At the harvest, we shall see which will stand the test of time. So what mandate, when he did that today, are we saying we don't have false preachers, false teachers, and false prophets? Who gave him that right? This is a troublemaker. Ken is a troublemaker. Imagine him being president.
The only person who has had reservation about some men of God in the country. Is it because he's the one contesting for the ultimate?
You see, anybody. Today there are people who may not like even what I'm saying and all that. But when it comes to trying to, separate the good from the bad, the Bible has given us the things you need to know that this is good. It said test all spirit and all that. The Bible urges us. But I would maintain that Kennedy rose against the church. That is not his duty. He is mortal, who will also stand before God the day of judgment. So that wasn't his duty. Kennedy has never believed in the church. He has said worse things against the church. Today he is pretending. That is pretense. He's pretending because he has seen that he needs the church. What church does he attend? What church does he belong to? He should stop that hypocrisy and pretense. The decision is for the NPP to make. The decision is for the NPP to make. And then whoever they present, Ghanaians will pass judgment on that person. It will only be fair they allow Bawumia to lead them again. Okay. And then Ghanaians will give Bawumia the shock of his life, 30% in 2028. But for the party, now amongst the five, this is what will happen. Let me